the land.
Hey guys, Stellar Christoph here for another Elestrals video. We're going to be opening a booster box of Daybreak. This will be the last video in our introduction to Daybreak products. Another video might come down the road, undecided, we'll see. If we pull Stellars on stream or something, we'll definitely upload the video, the VOD onto here. But we're going to go ahead and open ourselves the booster box. This is Celestial, so this is a normal holo in the set, but this actually, the cool thing about Daybreak, there's 3 box toppers. So it's this one, Chronodile, and Fairgeist. The Fairgeist and Chronodile are part of their own starter deck. Those are the main cards on those starter decks. So it's kind of cool. You get 3 different cards you can get. So we'll just go ahead and show you guys a little bit. You got Luminate right here and all the spirits. There is our Chronodile, and then you actually see the full art Celestial right there. This one just kind of talks about the cards and talks about the box. And then on this side you have Stellar Spectrus. That's the card we're searching for, guys. We're going to go ahead and open this up. Every booster box does come with 36 packs. And then 1 box topper. That box topper does have a chance to be a 1 out of 10 Stellar. Kind of like this one we just pulled recently. This is our 1 out of 10 Vault Tempest we pulled. So I would love to be able to add to that collection. The likelihood is very low. So when you guys are opening booster boxes, obviously we all want to pull Stellars, but don't go into it like thinking you're going to. That way you don't get disappointed. So let's go ahead and rip this box. We actually got our penny sleeves right here, so we're going to be good to go. Let's go ahead and rip this box open. So as you can see, you always have the box topper face down. In Kickstarter it was face up, but they changed that. So, and the card's going to be a Fairgeist. Not Stellar, but again, we kind of expect that going into it. So what we'll do is we'll set all of our holos and everything here. I'm going to try to keep the packs just enough on screen so you guys can see we're pulling from that. And we'll do a normal pack or a normal stack, and then we'll kind of arrange the holos as we go. So I know some people like to kind of mix up the packs. To me, it doesn't really matter because you're still going to pull the same amount. The same cards are going to be there no matter what. So alright, so we do have the pack trick from the back. First couple packs we'll go over the cards. More of the cards that we haven't pulled yet. If you guys watched my last couple Daybreak videos, you'll see most of the cards in this set. So we do have ourselves a Leviathan, Verituka, we have ourselves a Toxic Swarm. Let's do that. We have a Rhynymph, Temple of the Sun, Guardian of the Fleece. We got ourselves a Soul Stalks, Pheromel, that's the pre-ascension of our Fairgeist, Barabog, and the holo Lustragon. Very good card. Just like the other forms, the other Nexus forms of this card, it does have a destruction effect, so when it receives a solar, it destroys 1 card on the field. Yeah, my chase cards, there's a couple of the holo spirits I have not pulled yet. And there's 3 or 4 different full arts we haven't pulled. Other than that, any staple cards I will be 100% okay with. Or a card, or a Stellar. We're always down for a Stellar or reverse Stellars. There's actually a total of 6 reverse Stellars. We've already pulled 1 of them, which I can show you guys here. Give me 1 second. Let me find it in the stack of cards I got. We did pull this reverse Stellar P-Gleam on stream a couple days ago. So we do have 1 reverse Stellar so far. We are on search for a second, or in general, any Stellar. Again, guys, I am Stellar Christoph, so we want to go ahead and try to get ourselves a Stellar. You will see a lot of these packs too, like say for this instance, all these runes, there actually are a decent amount of runes together. Leo Bright, this is a card we have not pulled yet. 7 attack, 5 defense. This is Leo Knight's Nexus form. But it costs you 2 solar. It says you may foretell 4. So foretelling is pulling up. So this one's 4. You're going to draw the first 4 cards of your deck. You're going to show your opponent. If there's an ability like this one, for instance, it says you may special summon this Leo Bright into a Celestial, foretold this way. So I would do that. And then those other 3 cards, I'd put back in any order I want. Ruminous, this is another card we have not seen. So we talked about mill decks with Lumaru, for instance, the more aggressive style. So this one is a 7 attack, 4 defense. It's a 2 cost, which states when Ruminous deals damage to your opponent, they must send the top 3 cards from their deck to the underworld for each spirit expended this way. So as long as I do 1 damage, I'm milling 3 direct attacks. Or if I have more spirits, we'll obviously mill more. But there's also a card in the set called Bow of Apollo, which lets you attack directly. So equipping this guy with Bow of Apollo and attacking directly for 2 spirits, they're going to mill 6 every single turn that way. There's a Soul Stalks and Vestifatuga. This is Boltuga's Ascension. 5 attack, 8 defense, Earth and Fire, the very first Earth and Fire card. You can expend fire to force your opponent to expend 2 spirits. Any spirits in their deck, doesn't matter. When a player casts Eruption, you can return up to 2 Earth spirits from your underworld to the spirit deck. So this one's kind of cool because you actually are going to heal off of a burn. You're going to burn your opponent for 2 spirits. Or in the case for Eruption, you're going to burn them for 3, and then you're going to heal 2 spirits back. Alright, we got ourselves a Zaptor. We got Eddie, Larcel, Verituka, and the Toxic Swarm, Rhynymph, Mudslide. So we have not seen this card yet. This goes with Barabib's secondary ability. So this one states your opponent must disenchant a spirit from each of their runes. You may enchant earth or water to your field. So the second enchantment is kind of cool, but the fact that it's every rune they have to lose 1 spirit, which will destroy most of the cards on the field. Rock in a Hard Place. This is actually in one of the starter decks. We have Nomadial into Rhinosect. This other pile you guys will see that I started. These are more rare cards that I haven't pulled a lot of. So me personally, I try to keep at least 3 play sets of every card on hand. Just for deck building purposes. Or if I have a buddy that's missing a card or something, then send it off to him. So we got Toratless Nebuleo. We have not seen this card yet either. So this is a 2/1. This Nebuleo gets +1 attack for each enchanting solar on the field. So just by its own ability, it's going to jump to a 3 attack. If you have Apollo out, it's going to gain even more. You may foretell 4 and add any number of Nebuleo, Leo Bright, Celestial, or First Light foretold this way. You're going to add them to your hand. So if you pulled 1 of each, you're going to pull every single card. If not, whatever cards you don't pull, you're going to put back on top of the deck in any order you want. We got ourselves a P-Gleam, Lumaru, Soul Bell, Calf Mail, Bow of Apollo. So this was the card we were just talking about. The Empowered Elestral can attack your opponent's spirit deck directly. When Apollo is enchanted and the Empowered Elestral deals damage to an opponent, you may return a Solar Spirit from your underworld to your spirit deck. So tag team this with Ruminous, and you're going to deal damage, your opponent's going to mill, and then you'll heal too. First Light, that was the other card we were just talking about. Search your deck for a Solar Elestral and add it to the top of your deck. It does not matter the cost. So for instance, if you have Leo Bright out, you can go ahead and play First Light. You're going to grab your Celestial, you're going to put it on top of the deck. Then you're going to use Nebuleo's ability to foretell it, and then special ascend into it. Poison Tunic. So anyone that knows Synectar and Wasp Ivy, this was the 3rd card that was on the text that was revealed for Daybreak. And this is an artifact rune. And it says the Empowered Elestral gets -2 attack. When the Empowered Elestral is destroyed in battle, the controller must expend 2 spirits. So comboing this with Argo, which lets you search for an artifact and play it. But this will always be on your opponent. You never want to use this on yourself. And Arcalith. One of my favorite of the liths. We have 6 liths so far. We're still missing 2 of them. But this one states, that you can normal cast it, so it is a 2 cost, but it says you can normal cast this with 2 Thunder if your opponent has at least 2 Elestrals in attack position. So you're going to play this more when your opponent starts getting a better board presence than you, especially if they're in attack mode. Then you can just play this as a normal cast. When you cast this Arcolith, you can enchant up to 3 Thunder from your Underworld to your side of the field. So for instance, say you have Mount Olympus out, okay? You're going to play Mount Olympus, and then you're going to play Arcolith. With a total of 5 spirits, this will bring it to an 11 attack. Or if you have cards that have receive effect, so for instance, Ash Rabbit, sorry, you're going to go ahead and play it, and you get to use Ash Rabbit's ability again. I will say one thing that Daybreak fixed as well, that when it comes to the hollows, you shouldn't get more than 3 of any hollow. We do know that Frostfall was pretty bad with that. So we got ourselves Vipira, we got Larvacell, Veratuka, Toxa Swarm, into Rhynymph, Temple of the Sun, Pheramel, Barabog, Scavacole, and Argo. We just talked about Argo. So it is a 2 cost counter rune that states this Argo can only be cast after an Elestral declares an attack. Doesn't matter who declares the attack, which side of the field, as long as an Elestral declares it. Cast an artifact rune from your hand or deck. So that pairs very nicely with what was the card we just showed? Poison Tunic. Sorry guys if I lose a little train of thought. Worked all day, now we're making this video for you guys. We got ourselves a Lycoris, Boltuga, Bearbib. We got Funguide. This is the first time we pulled it in all these videos. So it's a 1/1, and it's a 1 cost fire, which states your Elestrals cannot be attacked except for this Funguide. When a player casts Fall of the Wisps, you can special cast a Brontowisp from your hand or deck. Notice it says cast, not ascend. So Funguide is going to stay on the field. And a cool thing to remember, if you have 2 Funguide out, your opponent can't attack you at all. We have ourselves Rumacole, Humbust, Scavacole, Humburst, Porcutide, and Ash Rabbit. This is a very good card. This is going to be, I think, in a lot of decks in the near future. It is a 2/5, 1 cost fire, which states when this Ash Rabbit receives 1 or more fire, you can target 3 cards from your Underworld. Then your opponent chooses 1 of them. Return that card to your hand or spirit deck. So for instance, if you play Ash Rabbit and you choose 3 spirits, they're going to have to choose a spirit. What I personally did, and I think is a very good move, is that you're going to play this, and you're going to choose 3 counter runes. And your opponent has to pick a counter rune and put it back to your hand. So again, you got Tsunami, Gorgon's Gaze, and Shield of Achilles are the top 3 people use. So for instance, I played someone in the Tuesday casual tournaments last week, and I had 2 shields and a Tsunami, and they had to keep picking one, and I did that, I think, 2 out of 3 turns I did that. Very good card. And shout out to the Stellar. It's a green coloration, so something kind of different, not what everyone was thinking. A lot of people did think it would have a Stellar, but the green kind of threw us all off. Alright, we got ourselves our first Illuminape into Lumaroo, Soul Bell, Calfmel, Corvashine, into Plucky, another Poison Tunic, Mudslide, Rock in a Hard Place, and Exaltus. Love ourselves some Exaltus, guys. Alright, we got ourselves a Zaptor. We're actually going to move this around slightly. We'll put the spirits down here for now, I believe. Alright, Follow the Wisp, Dratora, Sundial, Glimbat, Nebelio, Barabog, Scavacole, Humburst, Rhinosect. Rhinosect's full art, too, is absolutely amazing. Still a card I'm missing. Personally, a card that I'm hoping we pull in this video. Alright guys, we have ourselves a Zaptor, Rhynymph, Temple of the Sun, Guardian of the Fleece. We have Bloom, Don't Poke the Bear. The next one's going to be Follow the Wisp. Oh, I was wrong. Usually it's Follow the Wisp. Soulstalks, Pheramel, Bearbog, Cryoblast. We have not seen this card yet in the videos. This is an Invoke Rune, cost you 1 Frost. Target an Elestral that is not Frost Enchanted. Until the end phase, give it -2 defense. And when that Elestral has 0 defense, you must destroy it. So that pairs very well with a card called Polarachne, which lowers all the cards by 2. One thing I will say too about this pack trick, because it's going to happen shortly, that one card from the back is the Spirit, but if we pull the Hollow Spirit, the one in the very back will actually be the rare for that pack. So just something that we got to keep in the back of our minds. Soul Bell, Calf Mail, Corvashine, Plucky, Pandolence, Humburst, Porcutide, Anacell, into Novacore. This is Sonocore's Nexus form. 4 attack, 8 defense, 2 cost solar, which states your defense pillars and Elestrals cannot be targeted by your opponent's counter runes, which means cards like Gorgon's Gaze will not affect your defense Elestrals. When a player casts a counter rune, you can draw a card. So, kind of playing off the counter rune shenanigans, because Sonocore actually stops all counter runes from being played, yours and your opponent's. So Nexus means it's that it has a different spirit to it, so the whole Elestral itself actually changed. It also refers to the mechanic in the game moving spirits around the board. So Leviathan into a Mudlet, Boltuga, Barabib, Fun Guide, Rumacole, Leobright, Ruminous, Soulstalks, into Phosphocell. So I've talked about this card in some of these videos, but Phosphocell is a 7 attack, 4 defense, 2 thunder, 1 solar. So bear with me when we explain the ability, because a lot's going on with this card. This Phosphocell gets +1 attack for each solar enchanting it, so it's already an 8 when you summon it, okay? You can disenchant 2 thunder, so you're going to need Nexus in this deck. You can disenchant 2 thunder from this Phosphocell in order to destroy a rune. When this Phosphocell receives 1 or more solar, you can enchant up to 2 thunders from your underworld. So every single turn, it's just going to keep recycling over and over again. The best part about this card in the Ascension line is you can actually summon into Phosphocell your very first turn. Personally, I would not, because if you do all that, in worst case scenario, your opponent has poison tipped arrow, or if they have earthquake, then they're gonna destroy your Phosphocell. There's an Owloon. I think that's the first Owloon in this booster. Humbust, Eddy, Larvacell, Verituka, Toxiswarm, Soulbell, Pheramel, Bearbog, into a second Arcolith. We will take the Arcoliths all day long, guys. Super good card. Next to Lavalith, I think Arcolith is going to be the most played card of the Liths. We are missing 2. We're going to be missing Wind and Lunar, which I would say they're probably going to come out when Moonrise comes out. As of right now, I believe it's January, but that is subject to change. So we have ourselves a Zaptor, Funguide, Rumacole, Humbust, Eddy, Larvacell, Nomadial, Leobright, Ruminous, into another Lustragon. Had to double check and make sure we pulled a Lustragon first. So like I said, the one thing about these boxes that as of right now we'll know we're only going to pull at the most 1 of each of these, which will give us other chances at different hollows. Alright, Leviathan. We have ourselves a Glimbat, Nebuleo, P-Gleam, Lumaru, Soulbell, Porcutide, Anisel, Falguiris, another Cryoblast. Not a bad card. Personally, myself, I am terrible at Frost decks. I think I've attempted 2, and there's always going to be that one element that you're not comfortable playing, and for me, that's Frost. Alright, Lycoris. We got ourselves a Humbust. Eddie, Larvacell, Vertuca, Toxiswarm, Bow of Apollo, First Light, Poison Tunic, Dense Fog. Love this card. Personally, for myself, I did make a suppression deck, so this is a card. I have 2 of them in now. I might change it to 3 down the road. But it says, suppress each Celestial that is not Lunar Enchanted until, the end phase. So, paired up with a card like this Spectaris that we just happen to have, it gets +1 attack for every suppressed Celestial on the field. So, and when it does battle, it automatically suppresses the Celestial. So, in battle, it goes to a 5, but with Dense Fog, you can have that go up to an 8 attack. Actually, you know what? That also includes yours, so it can actually go up to an 11 attack if both sides of the field are completely full. Alright, we got ourselves a Zaptor, Calf Male, Corvishine. So shout out for the Corvishine. This one has a blue bleed on it. Corvishine, Eddie, and Fall the Wisp are the ones I saw the most that they have this blue printing error. Personally, myself, I have at least 2 of these in my Celestial deck. So I do like error cards like that. It doesn't bother me. I'm one of the people that'll play the card. We got a Mudlet, Javalucan, Morfrost Bat, Pulsar, into a Chronodile, non-holo. Only the starter decks are going to have the holo Chronodile or Fairgeist, not counting these full art box toppers. Alright, we got ourselves a Flormine. I think it's the first Flormine we pulled today. We got a Rhynymph, Temple of the Sun, Guardian of the Fleece, Bloom, Don't Poke the Bear, Mudslide, Rock in a Hard Place, Nomadial, into our 3rd Cryoblast. When it comes to the non-holo rares, I don't know if those are limited to 3 as well. That is something that we'll have to look into in the future, that we might have to test that. Alright guys, we got a Vipyro, our normal Corvishine, Plucky, Pandalance, Mudlet, Voltuga, Poison Tunic into Mudslide, Rock in a Hard Place, another Dense Fog. 2 Dense Fogs so far. And we are completely okay with that. One thing to remember too is that there have been stellar reveals. Again, people are still just starting to get their Daybreak cards, but as of right now, there are 2 secret stellars that have not yet been revealed. So fingers crossed, we can be one of those people. Corvishine, we got a Plucky, Scavacole, Humburst, Porcutide, our 3rd Dense Fog. So this is where we'll have to pay attention. If we pull another Dense Fog, then the rares do not apply to the holo ruling of only up to 3 of each holo in a booster box. There's a Lycoris, Plucky, Pandalance, Mudlet. We got a Voltuga, a Barabib, First Light, Poison Tunic, Mudslide, Brumalinx. Brumalinx is actually a really good card. It's been played against me, and it was not fun to go against. 3 attack, 5 defense, so very good stats. You can Nexus up to 2 Frost. When you do, you can target a non-stadium rune. If it's face up, you're going to turn it face down. That rune cannot be cast as long as Broomlinks is enchanted. Its enchanting spirits are sent to the underworld if it's face up. And you can use this every turn. So again, I played my buddy, and he used this ability and had all 4 of my back row shut off. He had 2 of them out, and he kept playing it turn after turn, and there was nothing I could do. Again, a 5 defense is very good, especially if he plays his Mountains of Boreas, which powers up the defenses and attacks of Frost Elestrals. Frost Enchanted Elestrals, sorry. So we got a Zaptor. Temple of the Sun. Guardian of the Fleece. Bloom. Don't poke the bear. Now, normally Follow the Wisp is after. There it is. Follow the Wisp. Bearbog. Scavacole. Humburst. Heliolith. This is the second lith of Daybreak. 5 attack, 5 defense, 2 cost. States that this Heliolith can be normal summoned with 2 solar if an artifact is enchanted. When you cast Heliolith, you can return an Elestral on the field to the owner's hand. So, kind of cool card to have if your opponent has, number 1, a strong Elestral, you need to get rid of it, but number 2, if they have, say, a card with Golden Fleece, then you can summon this guy. Golden Fleece is going to get destroyed. The card's going to get sent back to the hand. Alright, we got ourselves a Leviathan, Pandolence, Mudlet, Boltuga, Bearbib, Fungaida, Anisel, Fulgaris, Javalucan, into another Cryoblast. That might be our 4th one now that I think about it. It's either our 3rd or the 4th one. Alright, guys. We have ourselves a Leviathan. Into Boltuga, Bearbib, Fungaida, Rumacole, Humbust, Javalucan, Morfrost Batform, Pulsar, into Coastalith, the 3rd new lith introduced. Coastalith is a 2 attack, 8 defense water, which states that you can normal cast it with 2 water if your opponent has at least 2 defense Elestrals. So if you have the card Tsunami, when they attack, play Tsunami, and the next turn you can cast this card. When you cast this Coastalith, you can special cast a 1-cost water Elestral from your hand. Pair this with your Galaxy, and your opponent won't stand a chance. Galaxy swaps water enchanted Elestrals attack and defense. So play your Coastalith, play Galaxy, this guy will have an 8 attack. Very strong. Any ability that lets you play 2 Elestrals in 1 turn is kind of broken. Oop. Apparently I'm having some trouble with this pack. Does that mean there's something special in this pack? We'll find out. Alright guys, we got ourselves an Owloon, Follow the Wisp, Tratora, Sundial, Glimbat, Nebuleo, Pulsar, Bow of Apollo, First Light, into our 3rd Lustragon. So as stated, we will not be pulling another Lustragon. Maybe the full art, but a normal holo, we will not. Which I am actually a big supporter of that new ruling. I don't care for the cluster of the same holo over and over. Alright guys, we got a Terratlus, Sundial, Glimbat, into Nebuleo, P-Gleam, Lumaroo, Poison Tunic, Mudslide, Rock in a Hard Place, Golden Fleece, Hollow Golden Fleece. Absolute beautiful card. Getting down there, guys. We got maybe quarter to a third of the box left. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we're only going to get, by normal odds, we're going to get 1 more holo, and then we still need our holo spear and our full art. So we got Lycaris. And there's still a chance for reverse stellars too, guys. Corvishine, Plucky, Pandolence, Mudlets, Boltuga, Rock in a Hard Place, into Nomodile, Leobright, Foliferos. Like I said, the full art signing, I do need that, was it Rhinosect? I forget, I kind of butchered that card's name. There is a full art Nectar Gods, which is really cool. A full art Phosphocell is another card that we could get. Or that we're hoping for, I should say. We got a Funglide, Romacole, Humbust, Eddie, Ruminous, Soulstalks, Pheramel, into Ferrogeist. Again, another card that's part of the starter deck, but this one will not, it won't be hollow. Which we got the full art there, so it kind of works out for us. Leviathan, Guardian of the Fleece. We have ourselves Bloom, Don't Poke the Bear, Follow the Wisp, Tratora, Soulstalks, Pheramel, Barabog, into another Ash Rabbit. Again, we'll take as many of those as we can. Alright guys, we have ourselves a Zaptor, Sundial, Glimbat, Nebuleo, Peegleam, Lumaroo, Scavacole, Humburst, Porcutide, Cyclovenom. Cyclovenom's kind of a cool card. When it destroys an Elestral, you can special cast Toxiswarm from your hand or deck. Toxiswarm, when you cast it, or every time it receives a Wind Spirit, it burns your opponent for 1 spirit. So we have a Barabib, Funguide, Romacole, Humbust, Eddie, Bow of Apollo, First Light, Poison Tunic, into a Dense Fog. Yeah, so our 4th Dense Fog. So it's just the hollows that you won't get past 3. We've got about 6 packs left, guys. So again, we still have not pulled the Spirit, the full art, and fingers crossed, hopefully a Stellar or a Reverse Stellar. There's a Flormine. We've got Larvacell, a Vertuca. There's that Toxiswarm we talked about. Rhinymph, Temple of the Sun, Mudslide, Rock in a Hard Place, Nomodile, into a Cryoblast. Getting down to the end of it, guys. I will say, unlike Frostfall, I have not heard of an error box yet. So we should still get, and I think I just saw our full art. I do believe I saw it. Flormine, don't poke the bear. Don't do it, guys. Don't poke Mama Bear. Follow the Wisp. Tratora, Sundial, Glimbat, Anisil, Fulgaris, Javalucan, Vestafatuga full art. This is a card we did not have yet. There's a volcano on his back and it is erupting. So I'm very happy about that. Let's see if we can focus this a little bit for you guys. Come on. There it is. Very cool card. Very cool card. So I'm actually super excited about that. Anytime I pull a full art that I don't have for my master set, I am super excited. So we have 4 more packs to go. We still have not pulled a Spirit yet. And again, there is still a chance for a Stellar or a Reverse Stellar, because we're actually missing 1 Hollow as well. Oh, so this one's actually going to be our Hollow Spirit because of the way the pack trick was, the rare. So that means we will pull a Hollow Spirit. We are only missing, why did I just put it there? We are only missing 3 Hollow Spirits right now. So hopefully this is a card we need. There's a Mudlet Baltuga, Humburst, sorry guys, Porcutide, Anacell, Luminape. Sadly, a one I already have. But that's alright. Beggars cannot be choosers, guys. So, we are still expected one more holo. But, are we going to pull a holo or a stellar? Because I think the stellar does hit that slot. There's ourselves a Leviathan. We have Temple of the Sun, Guardian of the Fleece, Balloon, Don't Poke the Bear, Follow the Wisp, Porcutine, Anacell, Falgaries, into Brumalinx. Brumalinx, fun fact, does have a stellar that came out. And our very own Titan of Cards, the creator of the game, Dan, aka A-Drive. First person to pull it. There's a Flormine into Barabib, Funguide, Romacol, Humbust, Eddie, Porcutide, Anacell, Falgaries, Coronadile. So the last pack, which means this should be a holo, or, fingers crossed, a stellar. Last pack, guys. Zaptor, Temple of the Sun, Guardian of the Fleece, Balloon, Don't Poke the Bear, Follow the Wisp, Javelucan, Morfrost, Pulsar, Hollow Curibus is the last card we pulled. So sadly, no stellar, but again, that's okay. We did get our Illuminape, and we did get our Vesta Fatuga, which was a card that I did not have yet. So I am very, very happy about that, guys. But with that, that is the end of our video, and that is the end of the first cycle of Daybreak videos. So, like I said, I do have videos coming up, and that will be up that goes over every new product of Daybreak, minus the deck box and the binder. That's something I can show later on in the master set video or something. But that being said, guys, if you are new, please subscribe to the video. We do post videos at least twice, sometimes 3 times a week. And please go ahead and like this video and comment down your favorite card that we pulled on today's video. For me, honestly, it's probably those Arcalyphs, if not the Vesta Fatuga for a card we don't have. But guys, that's going to be the end of the video. My name is Stellar Christoph, and I hope you guys all have a stellar day. To save the world from the Titans' pride.